If Christmas hasn't felt the same in a long time, stay. The next 10 seconds might change that.
I remember the exact second the song started playing. It was the first week of December 1994, and I was sitting in the back seat of a car that smelled like old leather and pine air freshener. The heater was on full blast, fighting against the cold pressing against the windows. Outside, the world looked like a Christmas card, storefronts glowing with white lights, wreaths hanging on every lamppost, frost creeping along the edges of glass. We were driving through downtown past the cold shopping mall with its giant decorations and crowded parking lot. Cars moved slowly, almost like a parade. Everyone seemed to be out that night, shopping, looking, just being part of something. The radio had been playing the usual holiday songs. Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole, the ones that felt ancient even then. I was half paying attention, watching my breath fog up the window, drawing small shapes with my finger. And then it happened. The intro started, those bells bright and sharp, cutting through everything. Then the beat dropped, and suddenly there was this voice. Young, powerful, different. It didn't sound like any Christmas song I'd ever heard before. It sounded fresh. I sat up a little. The driver turned the volume up without saying anything. The song filled the car, and it felt nice, warm. The lights outside kept glowing the way they always did. I just listened. I didn't know the name of the song yet. I didn't know who was singing, but it felt good. Simple and good. Like hearing something new on a cold night when everything already felt cozy. The car kept moving forward, and I kept listening. The small town I lived in always felt bigger during December. The streets transformed. Every house had lights. Some white, some multicolored, some blinking in patterns that made no sense but somehow worked. Yards filled with inflatable snowmen and reindeer. The courthouse downtown had a massive tree that you could see from blocks away. Even the air felt different, sharper, like it was holding something special. That night, as we drove past the storefronts, I noticed everything. The windows of the department store were fogged up from all the people inside. I could see shadows moving around, reaching for things, pointing, laughing. A group of teenagers stood outside the record store, bundled up in thick coats, passing around a Walkman Amarillo and sharing headphones. The song kept playing. It was still new to me. Each note felt like a small discovery. The way the chorus came in, the way the vocals moved up and down, the strings, the sleigh bells. It all felt light and easy to like. Outside, the Por do Sol Laranja e Rosa was fading into deep blue. The streetlights were starting to glow brighter. That quiet moment when day turns to night and everything feels soft, like the world is settling into evening. I pressed my face closer to the cold window, watching people walk in and out of shops with bags in their hands. Some were holding cups of something hot, steam rising into the cold air. Others were just standing there, looking up at the decorations, smiling because it was December and things felt nice. The song ended, and the radio DJ came on, sounding cheerful. He said the name, Mariah Carey. He said it was brand new. He said people were calling in about it. I made a mental note to remember that name, The next few weeks, the song was everywhere. Every time I turned on the radio, there it was. In the grocery store, in the Lanchonette Classica downtown, where I sometimes got fries after school. In the background while I flipped through Revistas de Cultura Pop at the bookstore. It was like the song had slipped into the season naturally. I started noticing it in specific places. The way the big shopping mall smelled, cinnamon and perfume and new clothes all mixed together. The sound of shopping bags crinkling, the escalators humming, the artificial snow hanging from the ceiling in the main corridor. I'd walk through that mall and the song would come on over the speakers, and people would react gently. A smile here. Someone tapping their foot. Singing along quietly even though most didn't know all the words yet. It felt easy, comfortable. One evening, I stood near the center fountain where they'd set up a huge Christmas tree covered in gold and red ornaments. The song started playing just as the lights on the tree began to twinkle in sequence. I watched other people slow down, taking it in for a moment. There was something about that song that made you pause, made you feel warm. It wasn't familiar yet. It was too new for that. But it fit, like it belonged there. I started to like hearing it. I wanted to catch it on the radio again. I wanted to know the lyrics better, to recognize every part. The anticipation was gentle every time I turned on a radio, hoping it would play. A nice moment came on a Saturday afternoon, 2 weeks before Christmas. I was back in the car, driving through the same downtown streets. But this time, it was daytime, and the world looked bright and clear. The casas con veranda y luces amarelas were easy to see now. Wreaths on every door, garlands wrapped around porch railings, cars parked in driveways with wrapped boxes visible through rear windows. The sun was out, cold but bright. Everything looked clean. The frost on the grass, the icicles hanging from gutters, the Fides cassette. I'd just bought from the music store, sitting on the seat next to me in a small plastic bag. And then, once again, the song. This time I knew the words. I turned the volume up. The bass came through the speakers. I sang along, not too loud, just comfortable, going along with it. The streets were full of people, families walking together, kids running a bit ahead. A man outside the hardware store was fixing a mechanical Santa on the roof. A woman was hanging lights in her window, moving slightly to some music I couldn't hear. For a moment, it felt nice to be part of the same December everyone else was having. We were all doing the same things, shopping, decorating, listening to the radio. I drove past the pizza place Tipico Americano, where teenagers had gathered outside, eating slices and talking. Past the church with its nativity scene. Past the elementary school with paper snowflakes in every window. The song played through to the end, and I felt warm, content. Like this was a simple good afternoon. I pulled into a parking spot and sat there as the song finished, letting the quiet come back. It was nice. After that day, the song just became part of December. It stopped being new and started being familiar. I'd hear it on the radio in the morning. I'd catch it in stores. I'd recorded it on a Fides cassette and would play it when I wanted to. It wasn't just me. People I knew talked about it. It was around that season. Not because it was old and traditional, but because it was new and catchy and fit the way December felt. I noticed how it changed things a little. The tired cashier at the store would hum along when it came on. The woman at the post office smiled when she heard it while stamping packages. It played during the school holiday assembly, and people seemed relaxed. It became familiar, a small part of the routine. When those bells started, you knew it was December. I thought about that first night I'd heard it, driving through downtown with the windows fogged and lights everywhere. How I'd noticed it, how it felt warm and easy. The song had become something people knew, and I'd heard it when it was still brand new. That felt nice, like a small, quiet kind of special. Years would go by, and the song would come back every December. But that first season, 1994, would stay with me in a simple way. The year I heard it before everyone expected it. The year it was still a little surprising. Looking back now, that memory feels warm. Not sad or heavy, just gentle. Light. The kind of thing that makes you smile a little when you think about it. I can still picture the downtown streets with frost and Christmas lights. I can still feel the cold window against my face. I can still hear those bells coming through the car radio. The song became something that showed up every December after that. No matter where I was, when it played, I'd think of that car, that small town, that first time hearing it when everything felt cozy. That's what some songs do. They stick with you. They remind you of specific times. They become part of certain memories. And this one, this bright, easy-to-like song, became one of the sounds of Christmas. Not the old traditional kind, but the 90s kind. Of malls and car radios and cold nights where you could see your breath and things felt nice. I'm glad I was there for it. Glad I heard it when it was new, when it was just a song people were starting to notice. Because now, every time December comes and those bells start, I'm not just hearing music. I'm remembering 1994. I'm remembering frost on windows and lit up stores, and the feeling that it was a good December, and I got to be part of it. The song stayed around, and so did that memory.